Where did the first 10 customers come from?
Okay. So I think so what happened was, like around 2003, 2004, I was so passionate about the technology. It's a generally technology and this BizTalk server. So 2003, 2004, I started my technical blog. So that time was very early stages of blogging. You get that blogger.com or
Mhm.
uh, Feedburner and all those very early days. So I started blogging. Those days, today people write blogging purely for this content marketing and marketing focus. That time, the intention for me was purely to convey my technical knowledge to a wider community. Nothing, there's no behind the scene intention. So that started in 2004, and for 6 years I was writing blogging continuously. Every week I will publish something. So they are very deep technical articles. Even today, if anybody searches anything with BizTalk, I'm guarantee you will find for second or third link will be something what I have written, because I've written something like 800 articles about this BizTalk server. So if you combine this thing, if you're in a very niche market, niche area, and you're
Mhm.
writing so heavily, all the topics, whatever a end user will search for, I have covered it in my blogging. So that continued for until 2000. We continued forever, but that started back in 2004. So when I finished building the product, I think on the weekend I put a website together, and all I had to do was just put a blog post saying, hey, this is what I've been working for last 1 year, and these are all the problem spaces. And then I just published the blog and said, okay, yeah, there is a sign up page and there is a trial download. It's not a SaaS product. It just it's a typical you download install kind of
Mhm.
product. So this is a trial page, and you can just go give your email address and you can download, get it. And I think within that weekend, but just straight away, I got a few downloads straight away. That's a uh, today we talk about build your audience before building the product, right? So I was doing it without a, any thoughts, it just happened naturally, so by the time I had like 15,000 readers for me that I used to use feed burner. I think it was acquired by
Yeah, yeah.
Google, I believe. That was giving stats I had like 15,000 readers. And you can imagine, Microsoft themselves got only like 10,000 customers for this product, and I got 15,000 readers. That means I'm reaching the entire audience base, my target ICP audience, with every blog post I'm posting. And you
Yeah.
don't need anything else. That's exactly what happened. I just posted it, and immediately, I got my first inquiry from Hong Kong, and they came and they said, hey, this is exactly what we're looking for. And also there are two factors here. One is the content marketing kind of thing. The other factor is influencer marketing, because people look at you like an influencer because you've been writing for 6 years, all
Mhm.
hardcore stuff. And all of a sudden you're coming and telling, hey, I'm solving this problem with my product. So we both connected extremely well. And then I closed the first customer within like a week or something after launching the product. And it's a complete stranger. It's not like typically people go and sell it to your known friends and family or contacts, this and that. But
Yeah.
for me, the first customer is a complete stranger. It's a big casino out of Hong Kong, and then they came, and then they said, okay, they signed up, and okay, there's all this typical story of I didn't have a price, I need to throw some random numbers and then sell it and all those kind of things. But that's how I got my first customer. And then the first 10 customers will be somewhat around the similar lines.
Mhm.
A lot of people, the blogging was the blog became my communication medium between me and the audience, right? I don't have anything else. I didn't have a Google ads or nothing paid, nothing, what I do, I go build up something, because I was also continuously building as well. So I go build something and then immediately go put a blog post saying, hey, I just added this couple of new features. And then that cycle continued for some time.
Mhm.
That helped to get some initial customers. And then there are So one more important factor was around 2007. Microsoft got this program called MVP. It's not the MVP what we refer in the startup world. It's called the most valuable professional. So still Microsoft run that campaign. So what it means is Microsoft identifies influencers in the community. For every single technology, like they identify, there's a massive team in Microsoft who goes and identifies their influencers, and they keep it very tight. So for example, this BizTalk server had only 20 influencers, so 20 Microsoft MVPs worldwide, and I was one among them. So they awarded me this in 2007. So that opens up basically a good connection within Microsoft as well as other fellow MVPs. You can imagine, you are an influencer and 20 other influencers, and you're covering the entire world, basically. That is what happened. And then those people who are they're still my good friends. They become very close, and they introduced me to some of the bigger brands and bigger names where they are working, or where they're consulting. So I closed some of the a couple of customers from Canada. I don't know whether it's a Transalta. It's a big electric company, and then Interpipeline. So they all it's a big. So they all came from those MVP circles. So they introduced me, and then because it's all validated. That person itself is heavily influential, and he is introducing me and say, this is the product we wanted to use, and then that helped. So those are all the initial momentums, was acquiring customers for this product. Yeah.